Hi everyone, this is my presentation for a comprehensive research demo, and I'm going to try to breeze through this because it is a lot of steps. um, so here we go. Okay, so as you can see, I've already logged in and everything. I'm at the main screen, the search box and everything that all states. So for my jurisdiction, I'm going to choose Louisiana, and I'm going to go to the West Key numbers. And the West Key number system basically just organizes the reported cases, the cases that have been reported, just to organize them from topics into topics and numbers. And I'm going to go ahead and click on that. There you go. Now, just for sake of time, I'm going to let you know that I originally picked Riot. If I could find it again, here you go. I originally picked Riot for my topic, but there was literally nothing in that topic. And the only reason I picked Riot was because of everything that was going on with Ferguson and Trayvon Martin and all the riots that were going on. And I was just wondering how people were being arrested for that, and then comparing that to how people of a different race, particularly white people, no offense to anyone else, but how they would they would celebrate hockey games and things like that, and basically destroy whatever is in the street or flip over cars or anything, would not get arrested. But with the situation in Ferguson and things like that going on, they were basically doing the same thing, but they were getting arrested. So that's why I chose Riot, to see what the legality of it was and how a person can get arrested for it. But since there wasn't a lot on it that I could click through and get a lot of information on, I decided to change my topic to indictment and information. And as you can see, it says the subjects include formal written accusations of public offenses presented by grand juries or preferred by prosecuting officers, whether in form of indictment, presentment, information, or complaints. Necessity for presentment or indictment by grand jury, joinder of parties in offenses and variance between the verdicts and proof, conviction of offense included in that charge. Subjects excluded and covered by other topics, arraignment and pleas, indictments and trial thereof. And as you can see, as the list goes on, it gives you the different topics that you can go and look for particular subjects, like particular offenses and preliminary complaints. You can go to criminal law, and for municipal ordinances, you can look at municipal corporations to get a little bit more information on it and see the legality of it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on 210, indictment and information. Now I'm going to go ahead and go down to the one that I actually wanted to pick, and finding and filing of indictment or presentment, and I chose finding of grand jury, just to see how the jury when they get the information, the evidence, what are the requirements for actually indicting a person and formally charging them with whatever they were accused of doing. So that's why I chose evidence and supporting indictment. And then the degree of proof. Okay. And here we go. There's literally one case for it in the Supreme Court of Louisiana, or for the jurisdiction it calls it Louisiana Supreme Court. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my jurisdiction from Louisiana. And for the sake of time, just go ahead and switch to my final search that I did when practicing this, and which was of course, my home state, Illinois. but originally I had picked Nevada, DC, and West Virginia, I believe, but there wasn't a lot of cases that would, show anything. So for a time sake, I'm just going to go ahead and switch to my last search, which is Illinois. And gonna go ahead and let's see if it'll actually do it like this. Okay, so as you can see here, there are 14 cases that involve the degree of proof for the indictment and information. Now I'm going to actually get real technical with this and I'm going to go ahead and do the filters for it to see what particular cases I could get. And as you can see, there's the Supreme Court of Illinois and the Court of Appeals. And there's also the date. So I can actually do this multiple ways, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it by the last. Well, actually, no. I'm going to go ahead and do my Supreme Court. Go ahead and click that. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go ahead and change it and go to Court of Appeal since it has more cases in it. And I'm going to go ahead and click for Court of Appeals. I wish my laptop ran a little bit faster so I can just hurry up and breeze through this so you guys can get through this video. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to the date where you see is the filters. Well, actually, let me go back up so you guys can see that. Where it says narrow filter, select multiple filters, undo filters, which is basically the filters that I've already applied to this by clicking the Court of Appeals. And just to limit my search a little bit, narrow my search a little bit more, I'm going to go ahead and go to the date. And as you can see, there are a lot of options. Well, not a lot, but there are some options. Last 6 months, last 12 months, last 3 years. All dates before or after the specific date and date range. I'm going to go ahead and do the last 3 years, which only has 4 cases. And as you can see, my search is still the same. It's still a degree of proof and indictment information. Basically the same steps that I went through, they're still here invisible for my, even though I changed my jurisdiction, it's still the same process that I went through. And excuse me. And as you can see, this is People v. Odette, People v. Papaleo, People v. Papaleo again. And then there's People v. Wright. I'm going to go ahead and pick People v. Odette, the Appellate Court of Illinois, 2nd District. The head note states the purpose of the grand jury is to decide whether probable cause exists such that a charge should be brought. U.S. Constitution Amendment 4. And I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And as you can see, here's the computer's acting crazy. Okay, and you can see these are the head notes, basically telling you, well, showing you how to get to a particular topic in the case. Well, in the case or opinion or whatever you want to call it. Like, for example, I chose since my thing was grand jury, indictment and information, degree of proof. The purpose of the grand jury is to decide whether probable cause exists such that a charge should be brought. U.S. Constitution Amendment 4. As you can see, when you first go to the